Well, good day, viewers. Okay, this is the box tray for it's a removable tray for my multi-function trailer frame. And yeah, it's made out of my old box trailer, which used to be my dad's box trailer. It was actually bought new in like 64, 65, something around that. And yeah, it rusted away completely. Well, not completely, but all the frame, chassis part of it was all bent, broken, rusted, and the sides had rusted away, which I'll show you shortly. I want to move the camera right at the moment, but yeah, the way it was built had, angle overlapping the panel, and even though it's like thick, it's like 1.6 panel, which back in them days wouldn't have been an imperial size, but yeah, all along the bottom it just rusted in between the panel and the angle bar, and yeah, basically had to throw the whole bottom edge and the rest of the frame away. Anyway, I reconstructed it, and yeah, just wanted to go through a little bit of the welding. Yeah, using up a heap of gas and wire and everything else to do this, but I could do it in the original fashion, and actually I can't because I don't have, the panel's not wide enough because I had to cut all the rusted area away, so it's not wide enough to do that anyway. But yeah, rather than overlapping it, I'm just solid welding the 1.6 panel straight onto the angle bar. The angle bar is probably 2.5 mil. So yeah, we're welding 2.5 onto 1.6. Now what I've done, I completely welded the underside down the two sides. I've also put a joint in it, which you can sort of see in the bottom of the camera there. Because the front of this trailer was sort of hexagonal. It's made for motorbikes to go into. Yeah, it was in two pieces. So anyway, yeah, join them back together. But yeah, so what I've done is I top welded the whole underside and then I've turned it upside down again. And the reason for that is that when if I was to weld this bottom edge, welding the thinner panel having the thinner panel above the thicker panel, you'd end up with it thin, you'd end up, blowing holes in it a bit more often, and it'd just end up thin because, the weight of the weld, I'd like to say gravity, but that's a fallacy. You can look into that, that's a theory. It's, weight, volume. But anyway, so you want the thicker one on top so that the weld runs into the thinner one. And I've gone right along there with this is overlap, it's still overlapped up here, it's about 1/2 inch overlap. That was useful when I was fitting it because I was able to clamp it and hold it in place while I fitted it up the top. And yeah, I did the same down here, cut all the way along. So yeah, so I've got a 1.5 mil gap all the way along there now, the thickness of the angle grinder blade, and that allows it to penetrate a whole lot better, a lot easier. Yeah, I've got the welder turned right up to 6, which is, that's the full range, but I'm not getting the 6 range of heat because I've only got 1.6 wire, and I probably shouldn't be wasting on this. I should have go and get some 0.8 or 0.9 wire, but that involves waiting till payday. I'm impatient, I want to get on with it. But yeah, because I'm only using the 1.6 wire, it doesn't carry the voltage as much. So yeah, I've had to turn the welder way up to get enough voltage to melt and penetrate through this. Anyway, yeah, just show you a little bit of procedure. I do a little bit of welding. I had an issue with my helmet too, because I've been using flux core for months and months. I've just got flux mess all over my helmet, outside, inside, everything, and I've just cleaned the entire helmet. I just pulled all the lenses apart and sprayed them all with Windex and cleaned them with paper towel. And I shouldn't have sprayed it direct onto the helmet. I think I should have sprayed it onto the paper towel and then wiped it, because it was staying dark. It wasn't lighting when you finish. And so obviously I got moisture into the controls, but I've since blown it over with the compressed air, and it appears to be working again. So hopefully I got away with that. But that's something I've learnt. Don't spray Windex directly onto your helmet, or onto the control panel anyway. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of this welding and I'll move along. I've got it clamped. I'm going to put 2 tacks here. I'll probably run that straight down. You can get away, because this is a big, like 1.6 panel, you can get away with doing runs. You don't have to just tack like you do with a car panel. But even so, like if I was to just weld one into the other, it'd buckle to the shit. You still got to be a little bit cautious. And I'll show you the sides. They're still buckled, but I'll show you that later. It's easy enough to fix it up. The panel itself has actually stayed quite straight where it's all been welded. So, but it did actually pull the angle around. All right, we'll do a little bit of welding and just show you the way I'm going about it. Whether that's the right or the wrong way, that's the way I'm doing it. And I'll put the earth back on. Okay. That's well. Move this back a bit. Well, to try not to curl your lead up too much and sort of keep it reasonably straight. Right, so we'll tack it right next to the clamp to start with. Helmet's working again, or is it? No, it's not. Right. Okay, it's just stayed dark again. So I'm going to have to go old style with my helmet, pointed at it, close my helmet. Working blindy. As I said, you can get away with putting fairly decent weld on a heavy panel like this. It's right on the right corner. Right. The reason too I only cut to there, like if I was to cut all of this right across, it'd be flopping around for one, and also as you're welding it, it'd either come up or open, so the gap would either open or close as you're going along. So yeah, we're doing it a bit at a time. It just sort of helps a little bit. It's a bit dark. We'll turn it down a little bit. This is working line. too dark. What's going on with it? That's hard to clamp in because I haven't cut along there yet. Right. Come back, fill in this bit, and I'll fill in half of it. Fill in this bit. Instead of doing like miss that one a little bit, I'll correct it a bit later. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll cut the next bit. And I'll do the same again. So only got along the edge of the angle. Trying to paint off here. And you can use a cutting blade to clean, just don't put pressure on it. Use your bend a little blade. Do the same again. Yeah. 3-4 inches. Start welding. Anyway. Setting up weld anyway, so yeah. What I'll do, I'll just show you the rest of it. Yeah, as I said before, yeah. See how much the angle's buckled from welding. As I said, the sheet itself stayed pretty good. Yeah, I mean it's probably not perfectly straight, but yeah, close enough. But yeah, I'll stand that up on its side. I'll throw a bit of wood in there, and I'll whack that with a big hammer. I've got a hammer that's about 8-10 pound or something. And, yeah, as I said, I'll throw a bit of wood on that, pound that, that'll straighten up, that's not an issue. So, if all the panel had buckled, like the panel had gone all wavy, that'd be an issue. But the panel's straight, it's just the angle that's buckled. But, yeah, as I said, this is upside down at the moment. Yeah, you can see what I was saying about the overlap. That's a better view. The light affects the camera. But see how the panel goes down behind the angle, and yeah, that's why the whole bottom of this rusted out. Yeah, because the water was just constantly getting down between the panel and the angle bar, and yeah, both of them just rusted away completely. So. But being on the top, I mean, that's still on there now. That's, even though it's going rusty, it's, you know, what would that be? It had to be over 50 years old, or no, about 50 years old now, the original trailer, so it's lasted 50 years. The bottom didn't, but yeah, the top bits lasted 50 years because, yeah, obviously when it's up the other way, the water doesn't run uphill, you know, so. But, as I said, I'll fill that whole gap with penetrol and, yeah, hopefully it'll last out, but yeah, I'm just making sure the bit I put on this, yeah, that's why I'm welding it solid to the panel. It's not going to rust away again ever, as long as there's paint on it. Yeah, put a couple of loops. Put 3 of them, just to tie things onto. I'll put another 3 on the other side and 1 at the front, 1 at the back, so 8 tie down points. And yeah, the whole thing holds onto the frame just by, so these 2 holes, one I filled in because I drilled in the wrong spot. Like I drilled it and went into the frame, I had to move it over, so it missed the actual frame, but yeah, that's all that holds this on. 4 8mm bolts, it's plenty good enough. Yeah. This is the trailer frame, which I did document making it. And, yeah, so I sprayed a bit of primer on it. But, yeah, that's where they bolts on, just in 4 places. That's the floor. How temporary that is, I don't know. But it worked, you know. I've already carried, yeah, ½ metre, which is basically half a tonne. Probably more than half a tonne. I think the bloke at the gravel yard said it was about 750 kilos, so it's about 3/4 of a tonne. Yeah, and it holds it even though it's only thin sheet, like real thin. This is wall panel, you know. Yeah, like shed wall panel. But yeah, it's not an issue because it's got a full frame underneath, and it's also got the angle bar holding all of the edges. So, yeah. Originally I was going to get some form ply to put in there, and I may still do that, but yeah, it's a matter of buying that. This I had lying around, this came for free, you know. Basically the whole trailer came for the free. The guards are original ones that were doctored up. Springs I bought new, axles original. Oh, it was, the 2 ends were original. Yeah, I shortened that actually. I ran into a square tube, that was solid. Yeah. Lights I bought, so I bought the springs, I bought the lights. Everything else was given to me. Jockey wheel was given to me. All this 3-inch square tube was given to me. Toe coupling, look, I had the original toe coupling, but I got given that one as well, so yeah, I had to buy a chain. So it's basically all I bought, you know, even all this panel I'm reusing the old stuff. So yeah, it's very cheap. I did buy tyres, bought them for the other trailer, so swapped them over. But yeah, even this angle bar, this was the square tube, so I cut it along the diagonals, made 2 pieces of angle out of each, yeah, out of each offcut of square tube. So been able to use all that. Yeah. Made a frame because in the past, yeah, I've smashed a lot of tail lights. So yeah, make sure I don't break these. And yeah, if you haven't seen it, that's the main thing I built it for. And that's me bug pod. So I made a whole documentary about building that. And yeah, that's also the reason why this is a sort of a hexagonal shape, so that it's not sticking out under the corners of the bug pod. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. That's what I'm up to now, and watched a lot of videos, and all the people who, you know, car builders and things, they all grow into each world as they go, but yeah, and I should do that, but I don't. I've got like a whole day of grinding ahead of me, and I hate grinding, so not looking forward to that. But anyway, here's what it is. Oh yeah, one other thing I want to mention. This is what holds it together. Like this whole tailgate's removable. I didn't hinge it. Although you can. Like it's got pins on both sides, so you could just pull one pin and open it, use it like a hinge, but yeah, of course it's got to flop around because there's nothing holding the two sides once you take it off, so it's, yeah. But yeah, I just remove it. But yeah, one I want to mention, yeah, if you're ever building pipe hinges, and I wish I had thicker pipe, but that's the only pipe I had that fitted the rod that I had, so yeah, so I'm always sort of using scraps and bits and pieces. So, yeah, I rarely ever buy steel of any kind. There's always something around you can use or collect from the tip or collect from out the bush or, left over from something else. And, yeah. But yeah, what I was going to say is, whenever you're building pipe hinges, do it in one piece. Put the one piece of pipe on, put it right inside it, because that also absorbs the heat, especially with thin pipe like this, and you're less likely to blow a hole in it. But I mean, you still got to be careful. Like, you don't want to weld a pin to the pipe. Yeah. But yeah, you're less likely to blow a hole in it while the pin's in there. So, but yeah, weld it all in place, then pull your pin out and then cut it. If you try and do it in three pieces, they're gonna, even with the pin in, as soon as you go to weld it, it'll distort and twist, and your pin will get stuck in there, and yeah, etc., etc. So yeah, do all your welding in one piece. Yeah, like obviously this is the short pieces are welded this side onto the trailer frame. The centre piece is welded to the tailgate. But yeah, do it all in one piece, finish it, and then cut it. So, yeah, alright, a lot more I can show, so I'll get on with finishing this now, and then I've had enough of this for the day. 2 days actually, started this yesterday, so I started finishing it yesterday. I tacked it together with a stick welder, and yeah, couldn't go any further until I got more gas, but yeah, anyway, I'll get this welded up, and that'll do me for today, and then if I feel like it tomorrow, I'll start grinding. And if I don't, I'll go on with something else. I hate grinding. Alright, well, it's been a bit of a long-winded video, so yeah, if you're still with us, thanks very much for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you again. Bye.